No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot.
Can't hear myself. Hey everybody, welcome to Premium Time with John Darr and Charlie Delatorre.
What's up, man?
Well, we're a little late today.
It's I mean, you know,
We're a little late. Sorry, it's my fault.
You know, what the? He's got new buttons to push, dude. Hell froze over this weekend.
Why? What happened?
It was a good bottom reunion moment.
We did. We played
Our
at
old
party.
band got together and we played for a friend's 50th birthday party, and we had an amazing 6-song run.
Was it 6? It's not. It felt like 60.
Did it really?
No, it was. I was winded.
I thought, well, you kept jumping up and down. You were so excited.
I was winded. Look at, I got stuff.
Also, you had
apart.
smoked what might have been the largest cigar I'd ever seen on a human being.
Yeah, my voice is
the next day
is not. Well, no, it's still not the same. It's still not the same and I don't know if it's from the singing, or the screaming or whatever. But it
was fun.
It was fun. We had a great time. We hope to play in a public forum of some sort one day again. Because
I gotta tell you, it warmed my heart a little the next day when you said in that group thread, "When's practice?"
Yeah,
I was like,
let's get together. Let's practice.
We had a good time.
It was fun.
Our boy Brian Kramer killed it. We did it all for our friend Daryl. Happy birthday, Daryl. Whenever his birthday actually is or was.
I think it's this week.
Yeah, something like that. So it's bad luck to have a birthday party before your birthday, isn't it?
I don't know.
Especially when you're turning 50. That seems like
Don't tell him that. He throws a raging birthday party.
It's too late now. God, it was a rager.
It was a great birthday party. It was a lot of fun. Sure.
Anyways, we're late. Hell froze over on Saturday.
Yeah.
We were digging ourselves out.
It is. So it is what it is.
So
we had a big football weekend. Obviously, the Gators did their best
together, and that was fun.
They did their best. They did better than I thought. I think they did
played
better.
Great. We played.
Everybody thought
played a pretty bad first quarter, but I know we've been talking a lot of football lately. But but it shows you some resilience. Got popped in the mouth like that. Come right back and be able to. You outscored them 29-10 the rest of the game.
It's pretty good.
But unfortunately, they keep scoring. We were on the short end of that, so it didn't really work out. But,
B+.
But we played pretty well.
Yeah.
We played hard.
Hopefully they'll beat up on Tennessee.
I will say I didn't feel... Well, that's the thing is, can you come back from like a hangover like that? I don't see... And I know if JC was here, he'd yell at us about how he's wrong and how Alabama played this badly and that and this and not give us any credit. So wherever you are, JC, that's crap. But I will... Because you know he's watching at this point. He's a fan now, right? So
I hope.
He's going to be like, man, Alabama could have scored 16 Shut up.
I couldn't deal with this. I couldn't deal with his Alabama
anymore.
Stuff
his gloat. You didn't want to hear him gloat. But I don't think Alabama's all that much better than us. Let's put it that way.
No, I think if AR would have played, I would have liked to seen what happened there.
You were saying that all game. You were
I
so
would have
pissed
liked
about
to have seen that what happened. But
yeah.
It's September 21st. It is National Pecan or Pecan. Are you a pecan guy or pecan?
I'm both. I'm pecan pie.
Pecan pie.
But when I'm eating the nut, it's pecans.
Pecan. So whatever. Cookie day. It's pecan cookie day.
You asked.
So it's International Day of Peace. It's National Pecan Cookie Day. You normally would bring you some pecan cookies, but I was late.
It's okay. I'm fat enough as it is.
I was late as it is. So
also, I will say that at that party this Saturday, not to keep bringing this up, but somebody who I've never really met before came up to me and said, "Hey, you're that podcast guy."
No way.
Yeah, well, I don't know that dude's name. The dude with the glasses who played guitar a little bit. Canucker. That guy was like, "Hey, you're the podcast guy."
Yeah, and he's from Canada. Just so you know,
the reach is deep.
If we're going into deep. Other countries here with this
Did you hear
podcast.
That,
Ilya loves that. Other
Canada.
Countries. We have visitors. We have spectators, watchers from other countries.
I told you.
Yeah, he told me. He says, yeah.
By the way, another thing is I was at my mother's briefly before this started, just dropped by to say hi to her, and she yelled at me. She goes, "Don't you need to leave?" And I was like, "Why?" And she goes, "You have to go hang out with Elio this afternoon."
That's what she thinks we do.
From one Cuban to another, she was very excited that I was hanging out with Elio. There you go.
She doesn't care about me.
No, she does, of course. But,
she loves me.
I think Elio has a special place.
All right, here's our statement of the day, our positive statement. Embrace what you know, especially in the beginning, because what you don't know can become your greatest asset. It ensures that you will absolutely be doing things different from everybody else. Sarah Blakely. You know who Sarah Blakely is?
No, I don't.
She invented Spanx.
Oh, did she really?
Yep.
Oh, I've seen her on
Shark Tank.
Yeah, she's invented Spanx. She's awesome. Yeah, good for her.
So,
does she make Spanx for men? Do they do that?
I'm not wearing those. No.
I'd wear them. Are you kidding me? I got rolls that need to get tucked in, man.
Absolutely not.
I would totally do it. Maybe Sarah Blakely should invent. There's got to be a guy's version of Spanx.
Yeah, it's called underwear.
It's called Manx.
Manx.
Nobody steal that.
Yeah, that's right. We copyrighted that.
I already did it.
We've trademarked that.
Damn it, you heard it here first. Manx.
Love it. All right. So
are we waiting on Paul Mack?
We're waiting on, a longtime friend of mine is going to call in. He's the general sales manager from Gatorland Toyota, Paul MacArthur Jr. And when I say longtime friend, I mean like I've known him since I was
playing in the street,
7 years old,
playing in the neighborhood.
So I'm 51 now, so 40 years. So I'm excited to kind of hear what's going on in the car business.
For sure.
You know, I've heard a lot of what's going on. I've driven by car lots and seen that there's not as many cars as normal. So he's going to join us and tell us a little bit about the car business. And he's also going to give us a tip or two for those of you that may be looking to buy or trade in your car. So hopefully he can give us a few tips to do that. But while we're waiting on that, why don't you talk about the Our Town Senior Times article of the week?
Yeah, let's talk about. So it's nice to get back to our regular routine a little bit, right? We've been kind of goofing off the last few weeks and talking football, but I guess one good hangover later, and you're ready to move back into
back to normal.
So it's nice to get back to normal. I do want to mention that the new edition of Our Town, which kind of looks like this, depending on what market you live in, is out, and it's all about the 5 senses. So we're diving into things like food and art and music and all kinds of other great stuff. So I would invite you to check out our website at visitourtowns.com, where you can visit and read any one of the current issues. And through our little flip edition, you can also check us out on Facebook, of course, at Our Town Gainesville, or just Our Town Magazine, I should say. But there's a lot of great content here about about senses and all the kind of stuff that we're doing. And of course, our Share the Love section is in there. So instead of talking about anything in particular, I just wanted to invite you guys to go to our website, and you can read through that particular issue. If you don't currently get our magazine at your home, drop us an email or let us know where you are. We're always looking to try to grow our distribution. We love the direct mailed aspect of what we do, and we're mailing to a bunch of homes, but we're always looking for more. So you can send us an email, of course, through the website, or send us a note on Facebook, and I'll be the first one to respond to you and say thank you. So just want to chat a little bit about that. Books are out, of course. They've been out a couple of weeks already, so it's good to get back to that normal everyday behavior. But lots of good calendar items in there. The fall is always jacked full of stuff for us to do around Gainesville, and there's a great calendar section in there too.
So, not to put you on the spot, but do you know any of the details of the food section? Because that rang a bell. I mean,
actually,
it just hit me hard.
There's a cool profile.
Art, not so much. Don't know anything about it, but food.
I don't want to pick on a particular restaurant, but I'll pick on a particular chef. How's that? Have you been to Cintron?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Hector is, we did a profile on him and the kind of food that he puts out together, which is, I think, a really great example of the senses coming together, right? Because it's beautiful to look at, but it also tastes a certain way, and it, is from a certain geographic area. So there's a lot of the different senses that go into that. But there's a great article about Hector in there that I would recommend. So
I actually went to lunch or dinner last week.
Place is great.
Cintron.
Place is great.
Oh,
yeah, the food there is fantastic.
So I would highly recommend going to visit Cintron in the Thornbrook Shopping Center.
It is. Look at us picking a place like that. But yeah, it's great.
And we're sitting there, and I'm feeding my face, and I'm looking over at the Gainesville Health and Fitness Center, where people are working out and, burning off all these calories. Well, and I'm like,
sucking down tostones, waiting for
pretty much
for the next one.
So anyway, I didn't really feel that guilty.
We can talk a little about music too if you want to.
Let's talk music.
So I mentioned the fact that we got together and played on Saturday.
Good Bottom, not Whiskey Jones. Most of Whiskey Jones was there.
We were there. A bit of us were
not. But Good Bottom is made up of.
There's a few of us in there.
Three
OG.
Whiskey Jones, three
original.
Good Bottom are also in Whiskey Jones. Three people in Good Bottom are also in Whiskey Jones. So it's
so that was a lot of fun Saturday. But Friday the night before, we played out at Celebration Point for Chomp the Block, and you were there.
You guys killed it.
Man,
you loved it. It was so much fun.
Much fun. Elio, you've done that, right? The Chomp the Block thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun, isn't it?
He's amazing.
Yeah, so we were out there, and man, we ended up. They moved us from the central stage area, and they built another stage out by the Nike store, like out on the road there. So they had the roads kind of blocked off, and
it was packed.
It was packed.
Packed.
Man, I don't know how many people were there, but
it was still. I mean, there was people there, but it was still. You were able to get a drink.
Yeah.
You're able to go to the bathroom. You're able to find somewhere to stand and or loiter
and not also be like right next to somebody.
Right, and not be
say it. You guys are killing it. We're gonna go from Whiskey Jones to Vodka Jones.
Well, actually, I do want to start my own. You can't hear him?
I can't hear him.
I do want to start our own whiskey brand. Actually, our own bourbon.
That's impressive. Let's talk.
I do want to do that. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we played Friday night. It was so much fun. There was a band that played before us. I think they're called the Savants of Soul is what they were called. They were amazing. Have you heard of those guys, Elio?
Yeah, they are pretty good.
Holy moly. They are totally different kind of music than what we play, but they have a horn section, really dynamic singer who looks way cooler than I do. I mean, that dude is... he had like the hair and the suit, and he looked good.
Like a rock star?
Yeah, not like me wearing, shorts and a ratty old t-shirt. He was great. So the Savants of Soul played first, then we had a little bit of a breakdown, and the rain kind of stayed away. It was awesome, and then Whiskey played that night, and we had a great time, and we almost.
We have Eric Jewell, great Eric on LinkedIn saying, what's up, guys? Love the shirt, Darr. What's up, Charlie? Love you guys. I saw you guys, and good times was had.
Yes, it always is.
We have a lot of fun.
Love me some Eric Jewell.
Oh, Eric Jewell. We were just talking about him, actually, before this show started.
Love me some Eric Jewell.
and I were.
Yes.
That's so good.
Thanks for watching, my man.
Yeah, dude, so it was a lot of fun. We actually play, Whiskey Jones plays again this Friday night. Thanks for letting me promote my band over and over and over again. But we play Friday night at the Depot, which is a bar south of Micanopy. Have you been there?
No.
I highly recommend it. I'm not kidding. It is a very cool venue. It used to be an old train station that they converted into a standalone bar. There's a fantastic little Italian restaurant right next door that they also own, and I believe it's called Antonio's. And I mean, it is
I've been there.
It's like fine dining.
Yeah,
Italian, truly in the middle of.
My wife took me there.
Really fancy, romantic, fine dining, not fancy, but fine dining. And then right next to it is this bar they have called the Depot. And I think it's called the Depot and Speakeasy, so it has a little bit of a speakeasy vibe. Mm-hmm. Really cool bar, and then we're playing in there. We played there a few times pre-COVID.
In Micanopy or south of Micanopy?
It's just south of Micanopy on 441.
Just on 441.
Yeah, just maybe like a couple of miles south of Micanopy.
On the right?
On the right-hand side, that's correct.
Down.
Big Texaco gas station thing back there. Like, it's a lot of fun.
Played there before?
We've played there a few times, but it was all pre-COVID. So it's been a while to be back. But the sound in that building.
It's cool.
Oh, man. It's really great. And the place is cool. The people who own it are really, really awesome, and the bar was fantastic. I really enjoyed it there. I would highly recommend it if you're looking for a place to just go. It's a little out of the way, but also a lot of fun. And then we play Friday night from 7 to 10. So nice. Come on out if you've got nothing else to do. It's fun.
I might. I don't. I've got a.
There
very
is another
busy
Chomp the
Friday.
Block this week on Friday. Yeah. So it's another home game. We play Tennessee, as you know.
Yeah.
And then there's another Chomp the Block that night. So I'm sure Celebration Point will be. We'll have a lot of people, and that place is just amazing fun. You've been to Spurrier's yet?
Yeah, I've not eaten there, but I walked through and looked at it this past weekend, and Celebration Point is building momentum.
They are.
I mean, it is.
They got hit in the middle of that. We all did in the middle of they were getting there, and then pandemic hit and businesses shuttered, and the movie theater, which is a giant anchor, had to close for a while. But you're right, it's really coming.
It's building.
And I'm going to tell you, in a day and age where it is difficult to find a restaurant that's fully staffed, and difficult to find people that have things, and we're all kind of dealing with these weird, like, hey, I went here and they didn't have straws, or I went there, or they didn't have any more cheese, or these weird things that we're not used to I wish Paul was getting on the phone soon because I realize it's a lot to do with our supply chain issues. My 2 experiences at Spurrier's have been fantastic.
Excellent.
Like, the service was amazing. The food was fantastic. The cocktails were great. Elio, you went for your birthday, right?
Oh, yeah.
And what did you have for your birthday as a dinner?
Risotto with chopped ribs.
The short rib risotto, mushroom risotto, right? And then what did I send you a picture of the next day?
Risotto.
With? Short ribs.
Short ribs.
And who made it?
You made it.
I did. I tried to replicate his birthday dinner dish.
But I haven't tested yet, so.
I told you, my risotto was better than theirs, but their short ribs were.
I thought he said risotto with chocolate at first. I was like, what in the world?
He's making fun of your accent.
No, I thought that's what he said.
Shortly. So yeah, you're right. They are building momentum, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's cool out there, man.
Definitely get out there and check them out. If you have not, I highly recommend you getting out there.
It's cool for Gainesville to have a place like that.
Yeah.
Then they're doing a great job.
Yeah. Hey, Elliot, is my phone working?
Yes, but nobody have.
Okay. My phone was giving me fits on my drive here. Oh. It was like freezing.
Oh, maybe it was hungry.
It was hungry. I don't know. It needed some National Pecan Cookie Day or something. I don't know. It wasn't working that good. So.
Uh-oh.
All right. So hopefully Paul will call in. If not, no big deal. I know he's running a dealership right now, so it sometimes gets a little busy over there.
You want to talk about some insurance stuff?
Yeah, so flood insurance is a big hot topic right now, and I know it's exciting because it's flood insurance, and what can be more exciting? But anyway, flood insurance is changing the way they do a lot of things right now, and flood insurance, the way they rate flood insurance changes October 1st. So what we're seeing is rates are just going higher, especially on the coast.
Really?
I mean, literally, I think it will slow down this real estate deal
that much
because they're going from. I mean, I've seen some that are going up 100%, 200%,
doubling, tripling.
Yes. So it's if you ever thought that your property might flood in any way, shape, or form, now's the time to buy it because you can be grandfathered in at least for 1 year. So, but if
I actually have somebody that I'm going to tell that to, who had flood insurance with you, and then let it lapse because they're like, why am I paying for this?
Yeah.
And then there was a storm a few months ago, and the house next door to them flooded off of a creek, one of the little creeks right there, and
yeah.
My first question was, well, you
got flood insurance, don't you?
They were like, no, we
let it lapse. And there's also a way to get private flood insurance, which is not through FEMA, National Flood Insurance Program. So you may have an option to do that as well. So flood insurance is a hot topic right now. Just call our office and talk to one of our wonderful people that know all about flood insurance. So, anyway, so we have Paul Mack. I call him Paul Mack. We have Paul Mack on the phone. I'm excited for him to call in. Like I said earlier, he has been a friend of mine for 40 plus years, and I'm only 51, so that ought to tell you how long I've known.
I was gonna say he looks much younger than that. By the way,
he looks a lot younger than me. Yes, he's got that Italian.
He's got that black hair,
dark
kind
hair,
of like
machismo
thing.
So anyway, Paul Mack, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can't hear him, Elio.
Oh no, you can't hear him?
I can't hear him at all.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
let him fix that.
Hold on.
He's got to fix his headphones.
I cannot hear you at all.
Paul Mack, we have to. Hey man, it's Charlie. You've got to do me a favor though, okay?
What's that?
Whatever happened on Saturday at Daryl's house has to stay at Daryl's house, and we cannot talk about it on this podcast. Okay.
There you go. Now it's on.
It was good to see you out there, man. That was fun.
Yeah. No, we had a good time.
Hey man, I can hear you now.
Awesome.
Thanks for being here.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going good. I know that you're over there selling every car on the lot that you can sell, and are busy, and a busy guy running the Gatorland Toyota sales department. So I appreciate you taking the time to spend a few minutes with us. So let's get right to it. So Paul Mack, what's going on in the automobile industry right now? Give us a inside scoop on the automobile industry and what's going on.
So obviously there's a lot going on, right? Mm-hmm. So we've had to adapt to a lot of different things that we've all had to adapt to in the recent year, along with the shortage, the chip shortage, and now just a huge increase in trade-ins, and we've seen rates super low, and so those are kind of just some of the points that I was going to talk to you guys about today, and kind of go in and answer the questions that you guys might have.
Do you still have inventory? I mean, do you still have some cars to sell? I know there's been a lot of folks, a lot of dealerships, especially the smaller ones. I know Gatorland Toyota is a huge dealership, but a lot of the smaller dealerships, I've had trouble getting cars. But do you guys still have some cars that you can sell over there?
Yeah, so Toyota's done a really good job of trying to get us as many new vehicles as they can. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, used cars, we still have, we're close to 100 used cars on our lot. So,
oh, wow.
We're very fortunate to be able to continue to sell new cars, which allows us to take in, trades on the used side of it. So, yeah, I mean, for the most part, nowhere near, what we were used to last year. But, Toyota's the largest manufacturer, and they do a really good job of getting us vehicles. So, yeah, it's hard to sell.
I think that I think the perception, people talk, there's no cars available. Well, I don't know that that's exactly true. So I wanted to get that information from you and say, hey, we do have some cars to sell. So if you are looking to trade something in, come in and check them out. Did you have a question?
Yeah. Paul, what's the trend? Is it getting better? Is it getting worse? Like, is it staying the same? Like, where are we in that? Because it feels like we've been talking about it now for 5, 6, 7 months, maybe longer. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. So, I think the next couple months are going to be the hardest months, and then we'll start trending up. And I think by closer to the end of 2022, beginning of 2023, I think, the forecast is for everything to be normal.
Okay.
And you're talking from an inventory standpoint as far as the new stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, new inventory.
Yeah. And then,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
But I was going to say, yeah, I mean, I think, everything you read and you hear, I think it's better than what you can read online or get from the news. I think, if you came to our lot, you would see, that there are cars to look at. So.
Good. That's great.
Yeah. I think the perception is that there aren't. And, I know you and I talk about it some, and there's not quite as many as there have been in years past, but there's still cars to buy. So if you need a car, you can go find one.
Exactly.
People tell me, I can't find a car. I'm like, no, you're not looking hard enough.
Well, and that's the thing is that if it doesn't really matter what's going on. If you need a car, you need a car. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like one of those things where, maybe it's a better or worse time, or there's more or less inventory. But if you need a car, man, you know how hard it is to get around without one. You need one, and I'm sure that Paul and those guys can take great care of you with either what they have or what they're getting in. So that's good to say. I think that makes sense.
If you had somebody looking to come in and either trade, buy a used car, new car, whatever, can you give the folks out there maybe a tip on, what to do if you're trading in your car or looking to buy a new car or whatever? Can you give them a tip on what to do or not to do? I was kidding you earlier saying, is it smart to like leave a bunch of dirty clothes in the back of your car and, and have a bunch of junk in there and then bring it into the dealership and say, hey,
what?
Ready to trade it in. And you got, old stinky lacrosse uniforms.
Who's doing that?
I don't know. I just was asking him. I said, is there a tip? Like, can you give people a tip to if you're going to trade your car, and what's the one thing you should or shouldn't do?
You'd be surprised who's doing that. But yeah.
Oh, man, no way. That's terrible.
I told you.
You use a keyword, and it's the word trade, right? And I think, somebody has a trade right now. It's just an opportunity that I think would just surprise anybody. to see what the value of that trade is worth. And so I think, that's a key ingredient to this whole thing right now is, if you got something you can trade in, if you got a second car just sitting in your driveway that you're not utilizing, bring it to Gatorland and let me, show you what that car's worth, because I promise you have no idea. If you haven't had it appraised and you don't know, it is just shocking right now what the used car market is. And, that's the biggest thing that, I would tell somebody that I know personally that, if you have a trade, let's look at it. You don't have to take this and, put it on a Facebook marketplace or, put it in, any other place that you would try to sell it. You don't have to sell it private party. You just bring it to the dealership, and I promise you, we're paying, top dollar for trades right now. And so I would encourage anybody that is in the market that does have a trade to come by and see me, and let me just show you what that trade's worth.
Cool.
Dude, that is so great to hear, especially with, I think a lot of times, having been somebody who's sold a car to a private person and also traded one into
a nightmare.
Oh, my God. I realize, and given the fact that I think the values are so high, like what Paul is saying, that it's so much easier to go in and use and be able to sell that car as part of a trade-in. Than it is. It sounds way better to say, I'm just, forget it, I'll sell it on my own.
No. You're selling to, right? I mean, that's the other side. It's like, in this day and age, do you really want, a bunch of people coming to your house or calling your phone that you don't know? And, I wouldn't, I'd rather just go to Gatorland, the beautiful facility, and know that I'm in a safe place, and to know that I can get the number that I'm going to get right now is it's very positive.
And I'm ready to go trade my truck in.
Not to mention the fact you get to save that money off the sales tax, right, Paul?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure one of y'all got a car sitting in the driveway that you're not using.
Charlie's got like 3 or 4 cars sitting around in his garage.
That's not true.
He's got just he's not even driving.
Let me appraise one of them for you.
There you go. Well, I'll get him down to see you for sure.
Paul, that's awesome, man. Thank you.
Is there a certain car that is in super high demand? Like if you have I don't know, whatever.
He says Ford F-250.
Pickup truck, right? I don't know, sedan, pickup truck.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. And I was gonna kind of go over this with you guys. Toyota's getting ready to launch 2 new vehicles, and one of them, the Corolla Cross, which is going to launch in the middle of October. And then I don't know if you guys watched Sunday Night Football and saw the new Tundra commercial. We have a new redesign on the 2022 Tundra, and so that truck is just going to be amazing. Go on YouTube and do yourself a favor and just put in 2022 Tundra, and any of the ones that have hands-on 2022, they go on a pretty deep dive and give you a good look at that truck, and man, is it going to be an awesome truck.
I have a question for Paul.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Paul, is that right? What I was reading at our town magazine, that Gatorland Toyota is giving the best deals for Cuban guys that they can play drums.
I don't think that's in the ad at all. There's definitely nothing in there. I'm sure that's true, Elio, but I don't think it's got to do with Cubans.
Is it? Did you say play the drums?
Yeah.
Oh man, I saw some pretty good drum playing this weekend.
You did, yes, you did. Yes,
that was
you
fun,
did.
Man.
From a 6'8" guy. Yeah,
that was fun.
Well, that was good. Maybe we'll have Good Bottom come play at Gatorland Toyota one day.
Dude, I would never. Nope.
Fill that place up.
I would never do that to Paul. I like him. All right, he's a nice guy. I feel like Paul Mack made barbecue at some event. Is that true? Did I make that up?
Yeah, buddy, you should.
That's at a tailgate or something, right?
Dude's barbecue.
Yeah, so I like Paul. I've eaten his food. He's a nice guy. Why would I want to ruin his dealership with Good Bottom?
Dude, we would have that place rocking on its ear.
No.
Yeah, we would.
No.
All right, hey, I know you got to go sell some Toyotas. Thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate you being here, and take care, my brother.
Yeah, thank you guys. Y'all have a good one.
All right, buddy.
Thanks, Paul.
Bye-bye.
Hey,
well, I think that's been 30 minutes. I don't know. I think I was 15 minutes late.
On your
it's 3:45. You know, we got stuff to do. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for commenting. Make sure you comment on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and
those places,
Instagram, and I don't know. Where else are we, Elio? Just like everywhere. We're everywhere. All over the world. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care. Have a great rest of the week. We out of here.
See ya. Bye, guys.